Monopoly games. So
Nah, bro, I ain't
I had
have.
the spaceship game. I was chilling.
I didn't have no games on mine at all. Like all I could do was call, and I had to learn how to text on that.
But what? Because you had to double
Yeah,
tap
bro, you
everything.
gotta triple tap.
Yeah, that's not crazy.
Pump
bro.
faking, couldn't do it. It wasn't my deal.
So now we know our history. Everybody done been through their own shit. One of the main questions was, why do you want to join this program?
Oh, cause
No, I mean,
Like, I heard you
we
say-
ain't do the form, so we gonna skip past it. I fill it out, but he gonna start the recording since y'all all kind of know what everybody done been through, kind of scenario. Everybody different, so he gonna start his audio. Make sure you copyright come this music behind you.
Oh yeah, I do not own copyrights to this music.
So y'all can go ahead and just get into that question. The second question was, what do you expect out of this program? Like, what do you expect?
Shall we continue? All right, let's continue. So, all right. So basically, the first question is basically, what would be your reasoning for joining this program?
so I can like help change my surroundings. Cause like it don't matter if I grew up with them, but just by like us being young and black,
That's enough. That's
like they try to put us on the gang members. All us grew up together, but now I'm trying to work to change my surroundings. So
Yeah, I mean, that's enough of a reason right there, if I'm being honest with you. Just being black, that's enough. Like, that's enough to get you killed right there, being black. Simple as that. You could be the most sophisticated, official person, known to man. You black, they don't care about none of that, you feel me? So, I understand exactly what you mean by that one. Nah, but changing your surroundings is definitely a big thing, you feel me? I don't per se, I've never really lived in like, this type of atmosphere. You feel me? I usually live out west, there's nothing really out there, just houses, trees, road, really. That's all that's really out there for me. But besides that, you feel me, a little time I did stay in Naranja, that was about as close as I got to, this. That was a different, a different environment. You feel me? Obviously, when I stayed there, I was a kid, so we didn't really do much of like too much, crazy. Like we just, basic kid play stuff. You feel me? Manhunt, hide go see, all that, basketball, nothing out of the ordinary. You feel me? But obviously, when you get older, you got to do things you got to do. That's different. You feel me? Your circle get a little different.
yeah.
Person in your circle, I don't know them, but like, you feel me? I see like you want to make a difference in yourself. You feel me? And basically, me and my family. My family got history. I'm definitely an oddball in my family. You feel me? I'm doing something none of them really did. You feel me? I'm going to college, out of state. You feel me? Like that's something they don't really do. You feel me? They go somewhere local if they do go, and that's like years after they done graduated already. It's not like they go straight to college out of high school. But I'm going straight to college out of high school. Something they really ain't done in my family. Neither my mama or my daddy went to college, so I'm like the only child that's going to college for real. I can't really consider my brother because this semester that don't count. He ain't go to school.
Yeah.
So I'm like the only child really going to school, and that's simply because of my surroundings. I changed my surroundings. Like I went to Southwest for high school, bro. That's enough, bro. I was around a bunch of Hispanics, white people, nothing like not an environment where they are like even think about doing anything they shouldn't do. They do their little smoking and drinking, all that stuff, but that's about as far as they get into anything. And actually there I met a lot of people, a lot of really important people that helped me out a lot through high school. Me and him, we shared at least 2 people that helped us out. We had a teacher that helped us, a teacher that helped me literally through my entire college application process. She helped me through all that. Like, she pretty much did it for me, like at that point. He had that teacher as well. I don't know how she helped him. That's his story. My story is how she helped me with that. But that was a change in my environment that I had. You feel me? For her to come in my life, you feel me, help me out, tell me what to do and not to do. Tell me how to do it, you feel me? That was just some simple stuff that happened with me. Just kind of changed my environment around. I never really been a kid, you feel me, to go out. Like, I go outside. If I'm going outside, I'm going to play a sport. That was me. You feel me? I ain't really had a thought of responsibility. You know, it kind of all fell on her. But I know that's something like I got older and realized more responsibility and stuff like that. You know, I got to hold myself accountable for things that I have to do. And that's all I was going to say to you. Even though, you know, the government is what it is, you know, they purposely do things, you feel me? At some point, you got to hold yourself accountable for the things that, you feel me, that happen to you. Not all of them is things you can avoid, but a lot of them are, you feel me? So it's like, you feel me? You can be mad, like, you be mad at the government for what they did, but then you also got to look at yourself and realize, yo, like, I kind of put myself in that predicament. So, like, that's like a question you should really ask yourself before you do anything. Be like, can I hold myself accountable for what I'm doing? You feel me? If you can't hold yourself accountable for it, you like try to find a reason to blame somebody else. When you get older, like, not saying you're young or whatever, but like the older you get, you realize that you're gonna have to hold yourself more accountable for your problems. Because nobody really gonna care about your problems but you. I mean, that's like you get a job, say you going late, but it's cause you feel me, you just like, I'm tired, bro. I'm tired. I mean, I'm going late. And you consecutively going late because you tired and you just so happen to, you know, get fired. Boss call you in, hey, you gone. At that point, you can't be mad at the boss for firing you. You got to be mad at yourself. You got to hold yourself accountable for that one, because, for me, it's kind of my fault. I'm late all the time, you feel me? So it's, you know, that's affecting me and my job. Nah, you lost your job, nah, boom. You start losing everything from there, you feel me? You ain't got no money, you ain't got no income. You losing your house, car, all type of stuff. You losing electronics you got, you feel me? You can't really provide for yourself. Less meals, you know. You got to think about all the longevity things that have an effect on you when you feel me, you making decisions, like, because everything is on record. The thing about this government now, the thing about society now, and technology now, is like, everything you do is recorded. No matter how much you think it's not, you can be as secretive if you want. If you ain't no Secret Service member, you done been in that life, you feel me? You done that, you know what you're doing. Everything you doing is gonna get seen at some point. You feel me? Like even pictures, you can permanently delete them for your phone. Man, government look up a number or something, find that picture just as quick as a light. You feel me? Them boys know exactly where it's at. They ain't really gotta look too hard. It's easy for them. They work on that stuff. You feel me? Like they really, the government is really like cracking down on like stuff like that. You feel me? They want to know everybody's life, want to know what everybody doing. You feel me? So when you making decisions, you got to think about that. Like, you know, maybe you looking for a big job. You feel me? You finna go get, you know, senior manager at some place. You feel me? And they go look at you. You know, you were hired as a sales associate. Now they offering you a senior manager position, and they go look at your record. You feel me? They got to do a background check. Oh man, you finna see everything that's on there. Everything, even when you was a kid, bro. That's still on your record. You feel me? They gonna see all that. Like a good example of like the people being able to see your life You could be a man that make 30K a year. 30K a year. You making good money. You try to go buy a house. People got to do a background check on you, right? Before you can buy their house, buy their property, they wanna know your background. You feel me? They wanna know what you did. You know, they wanna know the type of person you are before they sell their house to you. That's all big people, businesses, people. They wanna know the type of person you are before they even think about considering you. They want to know that. So they going to do background checks. Any big time job, big corporation, they doing a background check without doubt. They going to let you know that too. You apply for a big corporate job, you're going to see on their application, it's going to be some type of, background check in that. Because they want to know who you is. They want to know your history. They want to be able to, in a way, control you. They want to be able to control you. Like, they want to know that they can use something against you in case they need to. That's how the government is.
So that brings us to the second question. What are you looking for out of the program? Start with short-term goals. Short-term goals lead to long-term goals. So just starting small, as little as to, for instance, Jason, they want him to get bigger, so he got to eat his normal portion, but eat a little bit more so he can expand his stomach to try to get to where they want him or need him to be. So that little step right there is a step. So no matter how big or how small it is, it's still a step. But even like you say, changing your surroundings, but changing your surroundings, you can't always avoid everybody in your surroundings. So what is your next option would be changing your train of thought. Okay, so now what I would expect out of a program, I'm gonna give you an example, is peership. I need peership because if I decide I want to snap, if I decide I want to snap, I need to be able to call somebody who's gonna be able to tell me, like, don't do it, dog. Like, I'll come pick you up wherever you at. Get out the car with them niggas. I'll come pick you up. And you do just that because your conscience is telling you to do that. But instead, you got that peer pressure around you. But you got to go off of your thinking versus what they're saying. And it doesn't matter the after effect, what they call you. See, that's why he say that social media thing and that image thing is the key thing that messes everything up, because are you willing to live your life in prison for life because you don't want to mess up your image, or would you rather be somebody and don't care what somebody think of you?
Be somebody and don't care what.
I definitely agree with you. That's something that you're gonna have to overcome. You feel me? Like, if you used to being around certain people, you feel me, and you can't no longer be around them. They're gonna call you, like, you feel me? You know what I'm thinking. I ain't gotta say it. You feel me? You ain't with it no more. Now you moving funny. You feel me? Like, you gotta be able to, like, be okay with that. You feel me? You gotta be like, all right. I mean, not saying what it is, but, like, you feel me, like, I gotta do what I gotta do, you feel me? That's most things. Most of the time, that's what you gotta say to people. Cause, like, they ain't gonna see how you see it, you feel me? It's a certain life they wanna live, and that's the life they gonna live. And no matter what nobody tell them, you can't help them, you can't change their mind. They wanna live that life, they gonna live that life. One thing about it, people who make their mind up, they made their mind up. They
We're not gonna say no
do.
names, but you lost one of your team members because of how?
Just wanted to live a life that, you feel me, wasn't the best for him. He got a lot of other things going for him. I mean, he can still change it around, you feel me? Like, he going to the senior year now. He still can change it around. But, he want to be a street guy. And that's just not going to work out for him, bro. Being a street guy nowadays is just a death sentence. That's like you writing your name on a death certificate. Literally, you might as well put your name on a body bag and just hold it. Because at some point, more or less, it's coming for you. You feel me? That's not what you want to do. I mean, you can't look at Piran, bro. Piran is literally
Not like it used to be.
they literally moving everybody out Piran, bro. They want to get rid of everybody in Piran. Look at that. The houses they building over there, bottom houses. 2 bands to rent. Two bands plus the rent. What low income family you think got 2 bands plus the
In Piran, huh?
in Piran? Exactly. That's to show you how the government moving, but they want you to go. Trying to get you out of there, you feel me? So you got to try to get out of there yourself, like, you feel me? The reason I'm going to school where I'm going to school in Kansas. That's because I don't want to be in Florida at all. I don't want to have nothing to do with Florida at all. I want to do something better with my life. Florida just kind of bring you into a trap. You feel me? You at home, you know you got somewhere you can fall back to. Fall back, but not in the best way, you feel me? And you fall back, you might fall, and you kill yourself to falling back. You feel me? I want to get out of Florida because I know there's a lot more opportunity in the world than just Florida. Kansas isn't the best,
And he's
state.
actually doing business management, so he's Shawnee's way. So
Oh, yeah?
actually, what you're looking at is some of his work. Those policies and all of those things was created by him from the business aspect, and he's a freshman. So, like, it's possible to be with people and surround yourself around people that's going to push you, that's going to allow you to be able to be you at the same time, not having to be somebody else. You can still be you and be comfortable with being you. Be comfortable with being, well, in the quote, as you would say it, how you say it? I can never say
You got to
it.
be comfortable being uncomfortable. That's anybody in life. That's sports, life in general. It don't matter about you. At some point in your life, to see any further than where you at, if you got a stuck point, then your problem is most likely that you got comfortable and you don't want to be uncomfortable to go further. You got to be uncomfortable to be comfortable. You never really, like, if you look at any of these, like, big time guys, you feel me, that's on TV, them boys will tell you straight up how it is. You will never be comfortable if you keep succeeding in life. Because everything you do is going to be something new. It's going to be something uncomfortable, something you ain't never really done before. You right there. It's going to be something different, you feel me? So it's like, you always going to have to be comfortable, you got to be uncomfortable. Which really, when you say it out loud, it's kind of like, what? But it makes sense when you really, like, when you sit down and think about it, it makes sense. Because you're never really going to be comfortable, ever. If you keep succeeding. If you're comfortable, that means you at a stuck point. I mean, you're not going no further. You just, where you at, that's it. You can't be that. You got to be uncomfortable. You have to. If you want to go any further. Like you said, you in business management, you on a good track, man.
I've been there since, I think, 9th grade. When I first went to Palmetto, I got that class.
Yeah, they got a good program because he was also accepted in Palmetto, but I chose Corey because I know Corey has always been a business school. That's why they opened. They opened when I was in school, so I know it was business. So that's why I told him that I would prefer to him choose them. And as you can see, these are real goofballs. So like everybody get to be they self, and nobody is being judged. So even when he hot headed and his old girl or whoever, he on the phone spazzing out, but at the same time, by the time they get off the phone, he know exactly what his head level need to be to kind of, approach the situation better. Like I say, he lived just a couple blocks away from you, but you will never know. It's the choices that y'all make. We can't control our surroundings, no. We can't control our support, but if you got something out there, the best thing to do is to get it while it's there. Because I don't know how many athletes he had the opportunity to sit next to tell him the same thing, to just never stop, just keep pushing. We got plenty. I mean, we don't put the pictures up there because of their personal pictures. But I mean, from autographs to, I mean, he's just met a lot of people, and now that they see what he's doing, it's like, because he could literally show you everybody in the world who has looked at his page, and he is outside of the United States.
It's crazy, bro. I promise. Bro, I ain't gonna hold you, but I was so surprised when I seen that. I was like, yo. I had people in like
Saudi Arabia.
Japan, bro. Like
Looking at your Instagram.
looking at my website, bro.
Oh,
This is the one that you will make the new team update. You'll be the update to the news. Which you see this? You see
I
this?
didn't even say that.
You'll be the update to the news as the new team member. But you the original.
I know I'm an OG. I'm good.
So it's like, what's new with the page besides new merchandise? We also put events that he have. Like if he's doing a basketball event, he's doing any kind of event. He'll put it up there so people can attend. Come by, you let him bite.
He just bite me, bro. He be thinking this jump funny.
So when we looked at it, it was kind of crazy.
See if I can find her.
Why is you bopping your head?
Bro, I'm just bobbing right now.
I'm sorry. I ain't even swinging head.
yesterday, one of the officers that was on the scene, they kept riding by.
I told you that they were going to be.
And it was like around the same time that I went in.